It's been said very clearly for the meek and the mild. It takes a whole village to raise up a child. It's quite a good fortune we have such a crew. You know what I mean. That's both me and it's you. We foster the children with such joy and such care. The family we created, I felt I must share. In the room of Kerthump, at the end of the hall, Mr. Arndt is waiting for one and for all. He waves a small baton, a magical stick, to make sure the rhythm is steady and quick. Trombone to the left, now flutes to the right. Keep your brass shiny and polished and bright. Don't squeak like a mouse or zong-headed bird. Let's make the best music that's ever been heard. He tackles the reeds and he fixes the drums until the whole hallway just crackles and hums. Through the middle school honking can rattle the floor. Mr. Arndt just smiles and yells, "One measure more!" From the first do-re-mi in the grand final song, he leads the whole band, O-Rama, along. In the town of East Troy, where the melody grows, from the tips of the hair to the tips of the toes, stands Mr. Trader with ears tuned so sharp to a voice like a bird or a string on a harp. Warm up your voices, now open them wide. Let the me-ma-mo-moo come from deep down inside. Don't sing like a Sneelock who's caught a bad cold. Sing out with a spirit that's brave and that's bold. From the sopranos high up to the basses down low, he coaxes the notes till they shimmer and glow. In the choir room halls through the middle school haze, he turns every la-la to a musical praise. In the studio of Splatter, near Canvas Creek Bend, Mr. Watkins has colors and brushes to lend. With a smock full of thumbprints and a paint in his hair, he shows every student a creative flair. A dab of the yellow, a splash of the blue. Make a brand newest shade that is unique just to you. Don't worry if the lines aren't perfectly straight. In the world of arts, every wiggle is great. He tackles the clay and he carves out the wood, making sure that whoopsies all turn into good. From a sketch of a zower to a sculpture of foam, he helps every masterpiece find a new home. With a swirl and twirl and charcoaly line, Mr. Watkins make middle school art really shine. In our village, it's clear we must have a Seussical center. To find it, of course, the office you enter. Jackie is there, just doing it all. It's always fun watching her fly down the hall. And Morgan gets everyone where they should be. She keeps us on track, and we all can see. Without these two ladies, we'd have cheese, but no cheddar. There is nothing but love as they make our days better. Mr. Brown is a whiz with a spark and a click. He fixes the frazzles and glitches quite quick. When his screen goes all wonky and refuses to go, he whispers to wires and makes the juice flow. From Chromebooks that won't to a mouse that says no, he's the smartest fix wizard the students all know. The teachers all cheer when he enters the door with a bag full of bits and some dongles galore. He unclogs the data and sweeps out the dust. In the land of the Wi-Fi, he's the one we all trust. With a tap and a zap and a magical spin, Mr. Brown makes the learning start up once again. In a room of ta-da and s and of zzz, where the tricky words buzz like a swarm of small bees, sits Mrs. Noble, the queen of the sound, helping each word and each sentence be found. She'll wiggle your tongue and she'll sharpen your speech, till every hard word is within your own reach. In the gym of great glee at the end of the hall, two teachers are waiting to play with the ball. There's Miss Feenstra, who's fast, she's a whiz, she's a blur. If a sneaker is sprinting, it's probably her. She hops like a yop, she jumps like a gump. She'll teach you to slide, and she'll teach you to thump. Keep moving, she cries, with a whistle so loud, it echoes through lockers and over the crowd. Then there's Mr. Brutala, a quite sporty fellow, with a spirit that's bright and a voice that is mellow. He juggles the hula hoops 1, 2, and 3. Physical fitness is the best way to be. He'll hand you a racket, he'll hand you a bat. He'll tell you to run around the room like a cat. With a grin on his face and a ball in his hand, he's the finest gym leader in all of the land. From the pull-up bar high to the floor mat so low, they'll get your feet moving and get you to go. With Feenstra and Brutala, you can't go to sleep. You'll bounce and you'll wiggle. You'll dash and you'll leap. With a drawer full of band-aids and ice for your knee, the health room is the place you really want to be. Mrs. Harris is there with a thermometer test to see if your tummy ache needs a quick rest. She'll check on your sniffles and look at your toes, for she is the expert on everything O's. Then Nurse Janet pops in with a grin to help out the healing and helping begin. With a cracker, a cup, and a soft, quiet word, she's the kindest of nurses you ever have heard. Whether bumps on your head or a scratch on your hand, they're the best fix-it pair in the whole land. In the corner you hear the bells ring. The lunch ladies serve a mysterious thing. Is it stew? Is it glop? Is it goop on a bun? In a middle school lunch, the guessing is fun. You know I'm just teasing, it's really quite yum. 'Cause the taste is as good as a sweet sugar plum. It's yummy, it's scrumptious, a real midday treat. The best kind of goop that you ever will eat. In the hallways of Huddle where the lockers all hum, and the middle school madness can make a brain numb, two Sousers are walking with clipboards and pen to keep things from turning to Chaos Town again. Mr. Trendle, the principal, stands in the door, making sure that no students are sprawled on the floor. He's mellow and steady, a calm-headed guy who watches the lunchtime-ish pizzas fly by. He manages meetings and bells in the bus with a shrug and a nod and minimum fuss. And Mrs. Smith, the dean, takes a stroll through the zoo to see what the rascals and rebels might do. She sorts out the squabbles and he said, she says, while putting some sense into middle school heads. Follow the rules, keep your feet on the ground, she says as she makes her dailyish round. They're not quite the kings of a gold-glittered throne, just two busy people in the middle school zone. With Trindle and Smith, things are mostly all right, as they guide the school through from the morn till the night.
En el pueblo de Habla, detrás del salón, la señorita Gómez tiene una misión. Con un libro de verbos y mucha alegría, enseña español con gran maestría. Hola, buenos días, exclama al entrar, mientras pone a los chicos a gesticular. Muevan la lengua, digan la R, como un motor que rápido corre, con tildes que saltan y letras que bailan. Las frases del aula nunca le fallan. Yo como, tú comes, rima con afán, mientras los sustantivos vienen y van. Del hola al adiós en un solo momento, ella convierte el hablar en un cuento. En la escuela media no hay quien se asombre, qué bien se aprende con la señorita Gómez.
In the lab of Kerzizzle, where atoms go pop, three sciency teachers are hard at the hop. They've got goggles and beakers and gizmos to show how the whole of the wide winding universe grows. Mr. Johnson is leaping with physicsy flair, measuring gravity high up in the air. Why does it fall and how fast does it zoom? Does a ping-panger pod make a sonicy boom? He studies the friction, the force, and the heat, till the laws of Sir Isaac are snappy and neat. Then Mrs. Fridley looks up at the sky, where the moons of Ms. Maz go flickering by. She maps out the planets and sunspots and stars, from the rings around Saturn to red dusty Mars. The solar system, she says, with a glow, is a giantish place for students to know. And Mr. Schaefer is poking a cell to see if the biology's working quite well. With a microscope lens and a petri dish snack, he tracks every creature that's green, blue, or black. From the moss on a stone to the bones in your knee, life is as strange as science can be. With Johnson and Fridley and Schaefer in line, the middle school science minds truly will shine. In the land of equation, near fraction fine falls, for teachers are waiting in the middle school halls. With a ruler, a compass, and goggles for math, they help every student find X on the path. Mr. Alexander, he stands tall by the board, with a pile of integers, simply a horde. Positive, negative, which shall it be? Let's balance the numbers, he cries out with glee. He juggles the decimals high in the air, with a wink and a nod and a mathematical flair. Mrs. Kufok is zooming right through, with a bucket of ratios and glittery glue. 3 parts of yellow to 7 of pink. It's logic, she says with a marvelous blink. She tackles the word problems long and quite deep, even the ones that make the Grinch math folk weep. Then Mrs. Hoff gives a whistle and a shout. Let's see what these pyramids, they're all about. With a base and a height and a slant or a slide, there's nowhere for geometry secrets to hide. She draws out a circle so round and so true, and shows you exactly what pi can really do. And Mrs. Sprunk, with a stack of new graphs, turns X and Y axes to giggles and laughs. Slope to the left, now slope to the right. Keep your coordinates shining and bright. She hunts down a variable sneaky and small until it is solved by the best class of all. They don't mind the muddled up middle school days. They guide every brain through the algebra maze. With Alexander, Kufok, and Hoff and the Sprunk too, there's no bit of math that you simply can't do. In the valley of vocab, where sentences grow, 4 teachers are waiting to put on a show. With a mountain of novels, pens full of ink, they're here to make every young middle brain think. Miss Wodrick arrives with a trunk full of tales of dragons and giants and shimmering whales. Find the main idea. Look deep in the plot. Is the hero a hero? Or maybe he's not. She hunts for a metaphor, hidden and shy, like a purple-toed Zawa who's learning to fly. Then Mrs. Johnson skips in with a rhyme. It's grammar time, students. It's adjective time. Don't let your verbs dangle or fall on the floor. Give your nouns some pizzazz and a little bit more. She sorts out the commas and wiggle and squirm until every last sentence is sturdy and firm. Miss Dunham is next with a book in her hand, leading the way to a faraway land. Read between the lines is her favorite cry, as she points out a symbol that's drifting on by. She turns every chapter and flips every page, setting the spark for a bright future sage. And Miss Schmitz, with a pile of essays to view, says the power of writing is all inside you. State your main thesis. Make your claim bold. Tell us a story that's never been told. She polishes paragraphs shiny and bright until every student is writing just right. From the bell in the morning till the day is all done, they prove that literature life is top fun. With Wodrick and Johnson and Dunham and Schmitz, the middle school English minds sharpen their wits. In a nook of the school where the bustle grows quiet, away from the hallway's big hullabaloo riot, says Mrs. Margia with ears meant for hearing, to help all the worries and clouds start their clearing. She's the mapper of moods and the finder of calm, with a word for your heart, like a soft, fuzzy balm. In the middle school where the hallways are long lurks a trio of teachers who help you grow strong. They don't teach you gym and they don't teach you track, but if you are stuck, they surely will have your back. There is Miss Dooley with a heart made of gold, with a smile for the young and a wink for the old. She'll help with your math or a tricky new word, the kindest of teachers you ever once heard. Then Mrs. Walter pops in with a plan, saying, "You can do it. I know that you can." She organizes folders and papers and pens and turns all her students into the smartest of friends. And Mrs. Drager is there with a cheer to make all the stuff just quite disappear. She listens and guides with a calm, steady hand, the wisest adviser in all of the land. In a room full of wonders, they work side by side, taking the middle school stress on a very fun ride. With a nudge and a grin and a hip hip hooray, these three make the brain fuzz quickly go away. In a room of great numbers where digits take flight, Mrs. Thornwell is there to make sure they sit tight. She tames every decimal, plus and percent, showing exactly where every last integer went. With a think of it this way and a give it a go, she helps even the trickiest math muddles grow. Then Mrs. Fisher steps in with a book in her hand to lead you through words in a faraway land. She unknots the sentences long, thick, and deep, while the ABC secrets are hers now to keep. She catches the stumbles and smooths out the prose, turning reading to magic from your head to your toes. In a room very quiet, where pencils stay sharp, and nobody's playing a drum or a harp, sits Sam with a smile in the testing center zone to make sure that no student feels quite all alone. With a "you can do this" and a nod of the head, she helps all the test taking worries turn to bed. In the land of the letters, where vowels they get stuck, and a B and a D might be down on their luck, comes Mrs. Nichols with tricks for your brain to help you read words like a fast moving train. She entangles the phonics and smooths out the rhyme, making everyone masters of books in no time. In her cozy bright office not far from the gym, when your spirit feels low and your outlook is dim, there sits Miss Rice with a chair and a smile, inviting you in to just sit for a while. She's the fixer of frowns, the untangler of thoughts. She can loosen the tightest of middle school knots. With a nod and a tell me, she listens so well to the secrets and stories that students might tell. She helps you find courage to stand up and speak, providing the boost that a student might seek. A counselor grand with a heart and a plan, she's the best how to help you in all of the land. In a forest of stories, all stacked on the shelves, where the books tell of dragons and giants and elves, sits Miss Gross with a stamp and a grin, inviting the curious travelers in. She's the finder of facts and the guide of the page, the keeper of wisdom for every small age. In the classroom she's teaching, then quick as a flash, she's down on the court for a volleyball bash. Mrs. Laska is nimble, she's sharp and she's grand, with a book or a ball held in her right hand. She can sub for a lesson, then coach you to spike, the swiftest, most versatile soul you could like. In the land of the hallways, where lockers stand tall, is a room full of dirt and of things that are small. Mr. Holly is there with a shovel and hoe, teaching seeds how to sprout and the garden to grow. From tractors to chickens and sheep in the pen, he'll show you the how and he'll show you the when. Then Miss Vacula pops in with a green thumbly grin to show where the science and planting begin. She talks about soil and the bees and the trees, while her students all learn with the greatest of ease. With a rake and a dream and a very big plan, these two are the best egg experts in the land. In the workshop of Wargig, past cogs and past gears, Mr. Murphy is calming the middle school fears. With a soldering iron and bucket of chips, he builds little bots that do backflips and dips. Combine all the science, the tech, and the art. Put engineering right in your heart. Add a dash of some math and a pinch of some steam, and you'll build the best gadget that's ever been seen. He programs the sensors to wiggle and beep through wires and cables, 10 layers quite deep. Don't worry if hinges go clatter, clack, clunk. There's no such thing as a pile of junk. From the first line of code to the final success, Mr. Murphy helps students outbot all the rest. In a blue button suit with a badge on his chest, Officer Hackett is the one who's doing his best. He wanders the halls with a watchful, kind eye to wave at the students who pitter-patter by. He's the guard of the gates and the keeper of peace, ensuring the middle school joy doesn't cease. With a mop for a wand and a bucket in tow, Mr. Starkey makes all of the hallways just glow. He banishes dust and he whisks away grime, keeping things spiffy in a record-fast time. From the floors to the doors, he's the king of the clean, the helpiest helper you ever have seen. When the moon's in the sky and the bells stop their ringing, and the lockers are quiet and no one is singing, out comes Mr. Jordan to polish the floor, from the back of the gym to the very front of the door. While the town's a snooze and the hallways are dim, the school becomes sparkly and shiny for him. In the land of the school where the big ideas bloom, Miss Baumeister wanders from room unto room with a map for the lessons and books in a stack. She keeps all the learning right on the right track. She puzzles and ponders and plans out the way to make sure the students grow smarter each day. She's the captain of chapters, the boss of the page. She helps every learner of every small age. With a flick of her pen and a thoughtful ah. She spreads out the knowledge like a bright tra-la-la. She leads the curriculum grand and so vast, making sure that the fun in the classroom will last. Andy works briskly with clickety-clack through twisty hallways and paperwork stacks. With Title IX fairness, he straightens the way, so every small who has a bright, safe kind of day. In the middle of school where the bustle's thick, there's a team on the scene who are clever and quick. Miss Lexi is there with a laugh and a skip, helping everyone steer on their middle school ship. And Miss Jill lends a hand with a spirit so bright to make sure the lessons are polished and right. Then Miss Jody arrives with a how do you do to help define answers and see the test through, while Luann keeps a watch with a calm, steady eye to help every student reach up to the sky. They're the helpers of hearts and the menders of gears, the wonderful team that will quiet your fears. And Janine joins the bunch with a smile and a nod, and they trek through the halls that the students have trod. These five are the heroes who stand by your side on a wild and wiggly middle school ride. With a nudge and a boost and a yes you can do, they make every day feel shiny and new. And last but not least, it's my own lovely team. Working with them is clearly a dream. In the Hall of Great History, heroes are found, with maps on the walls and with books all around. Mrs. Zelinsky has stories to tell of the big World War I and the second as well. She'll show you the trenches and banners unfurled as she teaches the tales that have changed the whole world. Then Mr. Deal takes the whole globe for a spin to show where the cultures and countries begin. From mountains to rivers and cities so vast, he brings all geography lessons to last. He'll show you the way that the world lives and breathes, with a map in his hand and a trick up his sleeves. And Mr. Wick is the master of stories and how, teaching civics and life econ, starting right now. He'll show you how government works for us all and how to save pennies so you can stand tall. With a plan for your future and logic so bright, these here are the heroes of doing things right. 25-26 has been lots of fun, but it won't be long now till our teams come undone. It's hard to brace for the changes to come. Just know you are noticed by all, not just by some. We've floozled and drappled and kept them in line. The kerfluffs and snoozles, they ended up fine. It won't be long now till the school year comes to an end. I just hope you feel appreciated, all my good friends.